It's a new dawn.
talkSPORT, the home of boxing.
It's a new day.
The biggest prize in sport.
It's a new life.
Champion versus champion.
And I'm feeling good.
Let the battle begin.
Great left-hand counter from Usyk.
The mouth, is that just starting to open here from Dubois?
It looks as though it might be. His bottom lip is looking swollen. Great shot from Usyk, left hand again. The crowd respond. But he's down. Dubois down. But he's landed a huge left hand again. He's down once more. And I think it's going to be all over this time. Dubois is at the count of 8, 9, and the fight is over.
Perfection. The greatest fighter of our generation has to be.
Oleksandr Usyk. 38, it's a young guy. Remember.
Yeah, Usyk beating Dubois, sadly from a British point of view. He finished him in round 5, unified the heavyweight division for a second time. Dave Allen, heavyweight boxer, talkSPORT expert, was there. And to reflect on the fight, Dave, good morning.
Good morning, mate.
Yeah, great stuff. Enjoyed it. Enjoyed going. Thoroughly enjoyed the evening. Didn't enjoy trying to get back from Wembley afterwards, but that apart. Do you know what, Dave? One thing that really struck me being on that crowd last night were how many people supported Usyk. I don't just mean Ukrainian contingent. I mean British people supporting Usyk. That, I suppose, is a measure of a man about what he's like as a person and a fighter.
Yeah, I think Usyk. I thought it was a pro Usyk crowd, to be honest, which did surprise me. All of them, and like I say, as a man, he's a great man as well. I know him personally from sparring experience. He's a really, really good man. Last night, I will never ever forget last night. I thought it was a perfect performance in becoming undisputed the third time.
Dave, you always feel with Ukrainian sportsmen and women, and we see it with the footballers and the boxers, it seems to be fighting for more than a belt, more than a match. It obviously, with what's going through back in their homeland, and you look where Usyk was born, Simferopol is now Russian-controlled. Is there that? Does it give these athletes, these boxers, that extra dimension when they step into the ring?
Yeah, I think Usyk's unbreakable. You know, mentally just absolutely bulletproof. You know, if I do find that with a lot of sports, like Lomachenko, the same. You know, this is incredible. The training regime is unbelievable. I was over in Ukraine with him 5 years ago. I couldn't believe the training he went through. You know, that he was so professional. He was non-stop as well. He was in there for hours and hours and hours. He just wants to win. I don't see anybody beating him. His mindset is just so strong.
Dave, I was listening to you on talkSPORT, I think it was on Friday, where you were talking about what you just said there, you're sparring with Dubois and how impressed you were with him when he was an 18-year-old, and you said he was really tremendous. So if you were hugely impressed with him, how good he was when he was a kid, that must put Usyk in a completely, off the scale sort of boxer, really.
Yeah, Oleksandr Usyk made Daniel look bad last night. I thought Daniel looked poor. He looked ponderous, He looked slow. He looked bereft of ideas after one round. Usyk just befuddled him. You know, it's a bad style matchup for Daniel. Daniel can punch through a brick wall. Oleksandr Usyk's just never in front of you. He's not there for Daniel to hit. He's hitting him. He's making him miss. He's confusing him. And he's just always going to be a bad matchup for Daniel. I think Daniel will be back. And I think if you put him with the right opponents, he can beat anybody. But he will never, ever beat Oleksandr Usyk.
You can maybe help us on this from a technical point of view, but at the time he got knocked out, just before that, it looked like he literally did have Usyk on the ropes. It was not quite rope-a-dope, but he had him in the corner, and it looked like he'd got him in a bit of trouble. And the way Usyk got out of it was sensational.
Yeah, Daniel, I didn't think he was in the fight at all. I thought after 30 seconds he got caught with a few jabs, and Daniel didn't really want to be there. That's how it felt. He just looked like he came to fight, and as soon as Usyk started boxing, because it is boxing, he was gone. There was no ideas. The corner was a bit of a shambles, and Usyk was just too good for him. Daniel was never in the fight. He never used his jab. Daniel Dubois technically is fundamentally very sound, but last night all went out the window for him. It seemed to be too much for him. And Oleksandr Usyk held himself together in front of 90,000 people. It's a very difficult thing to do. Daniel is still a young man. I still think he has some maturing to do. Oleksandr Usyk can do it all, mentally, physically. He's at the top of his game.
What next for Usyk?
I'd like to see him retire, really. Don't
you enjoy watching him?
I love watching him, but I don't think there's anything left for him to do. He's been undisputed 3 times. He's beat Joshua, Fury, Dubois, even Maris Brady's down at cruiserweight. He's beat everybody. And if he gets beat, people will say, well, he lost. He can't have been that good. He lost. If he finishes now, there's no argument that he's one of the greatest fighters of all time. If he carries on, only thing that will beat him is time and age. So I would rather see him call it a day now and just be remembered as unbeaten, undisputed, and one of the best ever.
But so many boxers must have faced that decision, and so often they keep going.
I think he'll keep going. I think he looks after himself. I think he's going to be the best heavyweight for probably the next 12, 18 months. But after that, you're nearing 40. You got Moses Tower on the way through. You got the likes of Joseph Parker, Ajit Caballel, Tyson Fury looking for a third fight. None of these are easy fights. I make Usyk a favourite to beat them all. But if he keeps going 12, 18 months, 2 years' time, he's going to come unstuck at some point.
Dave, you were on the watch-along last night on talkSPORT, which had 1 million viewers with you on it, suggesting boxing's in a good place at the moment. In fact, I think people are fed up with the YouTubers thing. Jake Paul was on the screen last night and he got booed, didn't he, when he was shown? And it's nice to have proper, good fights back. And do you feel that boxing is going from strength to strength?
Yeah, I think it's in a great place. I think when you've got a great heavyweight champion, I think that puts the sport in a better place. Oleksandr Usyk is, like you said, with all the support last night, people couldn't believe the support he had, but he's a great heavyweight champion. And as good as a heavyweight champion is, that's as good a place boxing is in. So as long as Usyk is about, you got to think, he's not from Britain, and he's selling Wembley out. He's done it a few times now, so it's incredible, really. Boxing is a great place. As for Jake Paul, we're talking boxing, so Jake Paul really doesn't deserve a mention. We're talking about Oleksandr Usyk. I can't even mention Jake Paul in the same breath.
Here to that. Dave, thank you very much. Great to chat to you. We'll talk again soon, I'm sure. It is, when you're talking sporting greats, I know you laughed slightly about it. Was it the greatest prize in sport? Prize in sport. You obviously don't go for that.
I'll put it in the top 5 if you have the sort of the 100 metres, but it has to be World
Cup.
World Cup.
Oh, not the Club World Cup.
Yeah, just delete the club bit.
Next up on Sunday Edition, we're talking Marcus Rashford.
On DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.